Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do something different. I know I usually film makeup videos and things like that, but I don't know, I guess today we're gonna be learning more things about myself. And I know I don't have a lot of videos about myself because I tend to just like not be very open on social media about myself and like doing like Q&As and stuff. I guess that's never really been my thing, but I do want you guys to know more about me, so I decided that I'm gonna do an assumptions video. So the reason I'm doing this video is because a lot of my favorite YouTubers did this video and I just found it to be very interesting, and so I thought it would be interesting for you guys for me to read your assumptions about me. I basically on Instagram asked you guys to write down your assumptions about me so I can mention them in this video and kind of, you know, tell you if it's right or wrong and background into that assumption that you guys assumed about me. So I'm quite surprised that most of you guys were very nice, you know, nothing negative or anything like that. But I just went through kind of the assumptions because there was a lot and I kind of summed it up into like one subject of what it's about. And so I'm gonna start on that right now. Okay, so the first assumption that I got a lot of is you're a millionaire, you're rich, you have a lot of money, yada yada. So let me just start off by saying, no, I'm like the furthest thing from being a millionaire. I'm the furthest thing from being rich. I'm as middle class as it gets. And basically, if we go back into topic of how I grew up, my family was very middle class. And I know middle class can be sort of distributed into like different categories of middle class. Like there's people that are really middle class and there's like higher middle class. No, my family and the way I was raised was like the real middle class. Like there's not higher or lower, like it's middle class. And I would say growing up, my childhood, well, let me start off by saying I was raised by my mom. My parents are divorced and my mom like always tried her best to just like keep me as humble as possible. I was never ever spoiled. I would never get whatever I want. As far as like my mom getting me things, like it would only be like for my birthday or for Christmas, or if I ever wanted to go like clothing shopping when I was like younger, it would basically be like once a year before the school year would start. She'd be like, okay, here's $100, like you can go buy clothes for school or like your uniform for school. So it's like I was never really spoiled like my mom. Let's say even when I was younger and we would go to like the store, and you know how when you're a kid and you go look into the aisle and you see something you really like from like the toy section, and so I would do that a lot. I'd be like, Mom, I really want this Barbie doll, and my mom would just be like, no, put it back. So like I was never like spoiled. I never got like everything that I ever wanted when I was a kid. My mom just would sort of get me things when she would want to surprise me, and that would usually be for my birthday, for Christmas. And so in that retrospect, I was always very humble because like if I ever did get a gift or if my mom ever bought me something, I was just like, oh my god, this is the best day ever. Like I was so happy. I was so grateful anytime I would get anything. Yeah, my mom like wasn't the type to spoil me at all, and you know, she always provided food on the table. We lived in a decent house. I would never lived in like a super nice house ever. Like very decent, like normal middle class family like house. I never like lived in like a luxury house or like a luxury building or anything like that. So one thing I would say that like maybe I was, if you want to call spoiled with when I was younger, was traveling. And that's only because my mom is like very international and she just has friends everywhere and like family everywhere. So when I was younger, like already starting from the age of 6, every summer we would travel. We would go to places in Europe. We would go just all over the place. And so like my mom just has always loved traveling. She hates staying in one place. So I, as a little girl, always got to travel with her. And that's something that I could say I was sort of spoiled in. But honestly, my mom would like travel for like multiple things, whether it was like meeting her like being with her family members or like being with her friends, because my mom's from Ukraine. And so a lot of her friends live in Europe, and her grandfather actually lives in Prague. That's part of the reason why I used to live in Prague. And so that's kind of like the only thing I can see where I was spoiled in. And I never was materialistic, never like got into like designer things as I was growing up. Like never had that. Like I was always very happy with clothes from like Forever 21. So I think that's why today as I'm older, I'm like very, very humble when it comes to like materialistic things, and I don't really like, I would say that I'm more into some designer things now than I was before, and that's kind of only because I live in Miami and people here are very materialistic, and it's like all about who has the nicest car, who has like the nicest clothes, who has the nicest bag and shoes. It's like a very materialistic city, and so that's why obviously with that kind of a surrounding and like seeing what people wear here, sometimes you like kind of get sucked into it. But like I'm keeping myself humble and like not getting sucked into it. Like I rarely ever buy myself designer things, and I think I literally have, like from what I've bought myself, I only like the most expensive thing I ever bought was my off-white bag and like this hoodie that I bought that was super expensive at Barney's, and that was the only thing I've ever bought that was designer. So another thing that I've sort of spoiled myself with is my car. I got an Audi A3, and that's something that I was just like, no, I'm something that I just decided to like get for myself because I've never really had a nice car growing up, and for me an Audi is like so nice, and so I was just like, if I can afford it, why not? So I got that. It's like one of the nice things that I have, but other than that, I feel like I've kept myself super humble, and it really has to do with the way I was raised, or the way my mom raised me, the way my mom never spoiled me. And as of right now, I'm still pretty middle class. Like I make money through social media. Sometimes it could be a lot, sometimes it's not. It really depends, and I'm able to get myself things that I want, and that's that. But I'm not able to, you know, spend a bunch of money every single day, just do whatever I want, like go traveling tomorrow to like Fiji or something. Like no, like I have to save up, and like can't just like get myself everything all at once that I want. So I would say I'm very, very far from that assumption that you guys gave me. I know that was a very long like explanation, but I feel like I needed to tell you that because you guys kind of saw, I mean, I guess you guys kind of like assumed that because I travel a lot and because, I don't know, maybe it looks like I have nice things, but to be honest, a lot of the things I get for free from like PR boxes, and I barely ever buy myself things. And a lot of what you post on social media is just to like stunt, you know, you post on social media only like your best outfit and everything. So maybe that's why you guys kind of thought that. Anyways, on to the next assumption. My next assumption is you're so beautiful, you're perfect, blah blah blah, you have no insecurities. So okay, I'll start by answering this assumption by saying I definitely know I'm attractive, and I know that because, you know, like the compliments that I get and everything like that. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Like I don't want like people to be like, oh, like she's conceited because she thinks she's hot. Like no. So anyways, besides the point, so people say that because you're beautiful, blah, 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 you have no insecurities. Absolutely not. There's days where I feel, you know, amazing, and it all has to do with like my mood, like my day, how my hair looks. There's days where I don't feel as amazing, and I'm like, oh, like I feel so bloated, you know, I look like shit, blah, blah, blah. Like where I don't feel 100% beautiful. As far as insecurities go, like one of my biggest insecurities is actually the fact that I have like smaller size boobs. Everyone has insecurities. No one is perfect. I don't care. You can be like a Victoria's Secret angel for all I care, and even I'm pretty sure those Victoria's Secret angels have insecurities about themselves. It doesn't matter who you are and what you look like. Everyone has insecurities about themselves, and whether it's small or big. Like for example, my biggest insecurity would be my small boobs, and it's because I don't know, I just always wanted bigger boobs. Like I used to think I don't, but then I realized no, like I really do. Like that's something I have always wanted. I don't know, I just felt like based on the way my body is, that it's just like unproportionate of like that my boobs aren't like a fuller size. Also living in Miami, constantly like bathing suits, you're constantly wearing summer clothes, and like a lot of like the outfits that I want to wear, you can't wear with smaller boobs. Just something that I wish I had. I wish I had big boobs. And also that goes on to another thing I want to tell you guys, is that I am thinking about getting a boob job, and I don't want to get backlash for this because it's something I've been insecure about like since I was a teenager, and I realized my boobs aren't gonna get bigger. So even as a teenager, that was like my biggest insecurity, because like all my friends that were already like 15 already had like fully developed like really big boobs, and I didn't, and I was just like, this sucks. And so it's just something that like ever since then I was like, I know I'm probably gonna get a boob job one day. So it's been in the back of my head, and it's something I'm thinking about, and I do want to share it with you guys because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If I do ever get a boob job, I will let you guys know, because I'm not gonna be like one of those girls that's like, I've never gotten plastic surgery. Which, by the way, another one of my assumptions that I saw in my assumptions was that I got lip fillers or I've had some sort of plastic surgery. So I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I have never ever gotten plastic surgery on anywhere in my body, ever. Have I debated? Yes, but like I just told you guys, I want a boob job. Have I ever debated on lip fillers? What girl hasn't? I feel like it's like the new trend and everyone wants to get lip fillers. If I can be honest with you, I have always been I'm very, very happy with my lips. I'm thankful that my lips are fuller and I don't have like tiny lips, but like because it's such a trend, I thought about it, but I just haven't gone through with it because I'm scared of it messing up or something. I don't know. I've read horror stories, I've seen horror stories that like scares me to get it done. What if like my lips are forever botched if I would get them done? Just something that I haven't gotten to yet, but would I consider ever getting my lips done? Maybe my top lip, maybe, who knows. But I would be honest with you guys about it. I wouldn't be like, didn't get any lip fillers done, but you guys obviously see my pictures and my lips are bigger. I would tell you guys. Let's go on to the next assumption. So you never had, a lot of the other assumptions that I got is you never had an awkward phase growing up. You were like the popular girl in school. So let me tell you guys that I was never the popular girl in school, and I guess I did have an awkward phase. If you never had an awkward phase, I don't know. I feel like everyone's had an awkward phase. I had a phase in my life where I had super thin eyebrows and they looked like caterpillars and they were just like curved weird like this. Literally like this, and they were so thin. They were terrible, and I thought it looked great because like thin eyebrows were in, so I like over plucked them so much and it just looked so bad, and that was like my biggest awkward phase in my life, and I just look bad and I'm like, oh dear God, I can't believe I actually did that. Next assumption, that I was like popular in school. No. In middle school, elementary school, I was made fun of. Girls would be super mean. They would say they don't like my eyebrows, and also that I was too skinny, and I was always the tallest girl in class as well, so like people would make fun of me because I was like the tallest one. I had big eyebrows, and like elementary school kids are just super mean and pick on my eyebrows. They would say like they're super bushy, they're so big, and like they would just be super mean about it. I remember one girl told me she was gonna beat me up because my eyebrows are bushy. Yeah, that happened, and I was so like insecure about it, but it's insane now because like now my thick eyebrows is kind of one of my main features that I love about myself. It's one of the things that like everyone wants now is thick eyebrows, and so it just makes me laugh if that's something that I was so insecure about before because everyone would make fun of me for it. It is now like a big trend, and it's considered to be something really beautiful. So yeah, I would get made fun of for that. And middle school, girls would be really mean to me because I remember in middle school I was like kind of the new girl, and because I transferred to a new middle school, and the girls were just super mean and hateful because a lot of the guys, so I got a new name in middle school, a lot of the guys would call me Megan Fox. I guess I had some sort of a resemblance to Megan Fox, like I don't know, they would call me Megan Fox, and ever since they started calling me that, a bunch of the girls like teamed up on like being so mean to me. And like, I remember I had a forum spring, and on forum spring like people would write like such hateful things. Oh, like the guys that call that are just like, you know, they're lying to you, you're like ugly, you have bushy eyebrows, like anything they could think of like to put me down, they would just write down on forum spring. They would say like, I'm like hairy, you have bushy eyebrows, my hair is ugly, such mean things. And this was all in 8th grade, and I feel like everyone hated me, like literally hated me, and they were just mean to me about my looks. And then in flashback to middle school, I was not the popular kid. I was kind of like the kid that was like at like the weird one that was not in the popular group. And then I was just never in the popular group in middle school. I was just always hang out with just the normal kids. And then in high school, I transferred to another high school, and in high school everyone was so nice to me. I never got made fun of. That's when I started really being confident as well, was in high school, because I guess I sort of blossomed and glowed up, whatever you want to say, and I was super confident. Everyone would like compliment me and things like that. I started being very, very confident in myself, and I guess it just comes with like as you get older, being more confident because you know you start growing up and stuff like that. Anyways, I've had insecurities from when I was a little kid. I was never the popular girl. Even in high school, when like I sort of like blossomed or whatever, I wasn't like the popular girl or anything like that. I would just hang out with like my normal friends. I barely had any friends, to be honest. Like I had like 2 super close friends, and that's it. Like, and I would just hang out with them. Like I would never had like a ton of friends, and I would never go to a ton of high school parties or anything like that. My next assumption is you're quite introverted and you stay home a lot. And I like a lot of these assumptions actually like based on this subject were like, oh, you're shy, but you're giggly in front of other people, or you're an introvert, you're self-centered, you're arrogant. A lot of these are like pretty much the same subject. Like you would rather stay home than have fun. You're shy but goofy. You're very shy. So I got like the same things, that I'm shy, I'm an introvert. So as far as like being an introvert, I would say that the qualities that connect me to being an introvert is that I'm not a person that will initiate conversation all the time, but sometimes I do. The thing is that I am shy. I am very shy around people I don't know, and I think it's because I'm very like anxious and I just get anxiety around people I don't know, because I'm like, oh, like I have to like talk to them, and like I get like nervous that I'm gonna sound awkward. And I think it has to do a lot with my anxiety as well. Like it's not even because I'm an introvert, it's because I'm like anxious or like scared of like saying something weird or awkward. I don't know, like with people that I'm not comfortable with, I get like very anxious, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense. But when I do get to know people, I'm like very, very outgoing. So around people I know, I'm myself. And when you get to know me as a person, you know that I'm like far from shy, very outgoing and things like that. I'm so not used to talking so much. Okay. But I can give that impression to people sometimes, only because I'm very anxious and I get shy to like start off a conversation with someone. And it's not because I'm self-centered or I'm an introvert or because I think I'm the best person in the room and I'm arrogant and I think like everyone is like below me. No, like never. If anything, I'm like opposite of that. Far from arrogant, far from self-centered. I'm super humble. Once people get to know me, they're like, oh my god, I thought you would be mean because you have like a bitch face, but you're like the nicest person I've ever met. I've gotten that so many times. Girls are like, I swear I thought you were gonna be rude, I thought you were gonna be like arrogant, you know, because of the way you look or whatever. And when they get to know me, they're just like, oh my god, you're a completely different person than I thought you are. You're like so down to earth, you're so humble and sweet. And so I get that a lot. So that's just to clarify that assumption. My camera actually just recently died, but I have it on the charger and I'm hoping that it's not gonna die. I'm gonna go through these quickly because I feel like I'm answering each one like in a lot of detail. So I'm gonna go ahead and just like read them quickly. So another one, you seem so closed off. I'm very, again, private sometimes when it comes to like showing every aspect of my life, but I'm not closed off to the people that I'm very close to. I like literally, sometimes I tell like people around me and my surroundings like too much. Like I'm very, very open, like people around me, and like telling them everything that's going on in my life, which is not the best quality sometimes and has gotten me into trouble. But I am closed off to like social media and like sharing every aspect of my life because I think like a lot of things should be personal. Just showing too much on social media is never good. That's to answer that. You don't like being an influencer and you would rather be doing something else. So here's to answer this question. It's not that I would rather be doing something else. It's just that, first of all, I love being an influencer and that I have the opportunity to do this and to just like do what I love and to work with fashion brands, makeup brands. Like that's all things that I'm so passionate about, and I'm so thankful that I'm able to do that because not a lot of people have that opportunity, and everyone always tells me how lucky I am, and it's something I love doing. I love taking photos and showing you guys my outfits and like working with fashion brands on Instagram and things like that, and like creating makeup tutorials. I think that's all so fun. At the same time, there is something I want to do more, you know? I just don't want to be like an influencer for the rest of my life, and there's something that I want to do more. I'm just not sure what it is yet. I'm kind of like figuring out my life because I did graduate from college and I got my bachelor's in business. I majored in marketing, and I'm just like, I want to do something with that, but it's so hard because I don't know what I want to get into. I tried to get into public relations and I didn't like it because I hated being stuck on my desk all day and just not being active. I felt like I just hated that internship. I guess maybe because it was a small company, I don't know. But I did want to get into like PR and like marketing because I've always been a creative person and things like that. But I'm still like figuring it all out. It's just like very hard because I feel like there's not a lot of opportunities in Miami in like the fashion sector. I wasn't an influencer or a blogger or doing what I do right now. I don't know how I would be making a living or what I would be doing with my life right now. So I love the fact that I'm an influencer. I love what I do, but do I want to do more? Yes. Do I want to grow in other aspects of my life? Yes. So that's to answer that question. Speed up the rest of this video because I know like there's too much going on. I assume you can speak 2 languages fluently. Yes, I speak Russian and English fluently, and I'm currently trying to learn Spanish. You don't talk to your father anymore. No, I have a good relationship with my dad, thank God, and I see him at least 2 to 3 times a year. He lives in New York, so like I obviously can't see him every day or every weekend, but we always try our best to like make things work in terms of like being able to see each other. Like he'll either come to Miami or I'll come to New York to visit him, and we talk all all the time, and so we have like a decent relationship even though my parents are divorced. You don't use your degree. So like I said, I don't use my degree because ever since I got out of college, all I've been working on is being an influencer and, you know, doing my videos, posting on Instagram, working with brands, things like that. So I haven't used my degree at all, which is crazy to me because I always thought education was the most important thing in the world. I could say now it's not as important because when I've applied for jobs, like literally no one asks about my education. They just ask about my experience, which how can I get my experience if no one wants to hire me? Story of everyone's life right now. Please try to make a room tour. This is not an assumption, but someone just wrote it down, and I will be making a room tour. As some of you guys know, I did move and I live basically on the beach now, so I'm like very centered to everything. Before I used to live in the suburbs, like really far from downtown, really far from Miami Beach. Now I literally live like 5 minutes from Miami Beach, and I'm basically on the beach. I'm just not at Miami Beach, but I'm very, very happy, and I'm very excited to show you guys my room. I'm gonna like kind of vlog it and show you guys all the furniture that I got, my whole apartment, my room, everything, so you guys can kind of take a look because I think that'll be definitely interesting. You feel awkward when it comes to vlogging? Yes, I do. So this is like part of the reason why I haven't vlogged a lot, is because I get very, very anxious, and because I have anxiety already, I get very anxious like filming in front of people that I don't know, like holding the camera and just like walking around with the camera, you know, like it's normal, and I just feel like everyone is staring at me, and it just makes me super anxious, and I get like very, very annoyed about it. And not annoyed, but I just get very like uncomfortable, and so that's part of the reason why I haven't vlogged a lot. And I really, really want to vlog a lot because I want to show more of my life to you guys, and I know that you guys are constantly requesting vlogs, so I'm really gonna try my best to get more comfortable with it. You are a relationship type person? Yes, I am. I mean, I feel like it's mainly because I've already kind of gotten like the party sort of single life phase out of my system. Like I've already done everything that I've wanted to do like as a single person. I'm kind of tired of that lifestyle, and it's not a lifestyle that I like want to live forever, like going out, like especially if you live in Miami, like it's all about going out all the time. That's all there is to do here. And also when I was studying in Europe, you know, as a student, I, you know, partied a lot. I had a lot of friends and we would go out a lot and all this stuff, and I just feel like I've gotten that all out of my system now that I'm 22. And so right now I'm very relationship oriented, and as you guys know, I've been with my boyfriend already for 2 years. So almost ever since I've got out of college, like I had 1 year where I was single after I got out of college, but then I met my now boyfriend. I'm like very, very used to like the relationship lifestyle, you know, staying home, watching a movie, relaxing, going out to eat, going out to the movies. We go out sometimes together, like our group of friends, and it's fun. Like I enjoy going out with my boyfriend. Sometimes I go out by myself with my friends. It's very rare, and I used to go out every weekend. Now I go out like once every 2 months. So I still go out, though I'm not that much of a boring person. I still enjoy going out. I enjoy being with my friends, and I enjoy doing things other than just staying home. Like I stopped going out. It's just that like before it used to be kind of more of a lifestyle for me, and now it's just kind of something I do like when I'll have the opportunity to do so, like if it's someone's birthday, or if literally all my friends are going out, or all my boyfriend's friends are going out. So, and then a bunch of like the other assumptions are just like compliments, which thank you guys so much. You guys are all so sweet. Oh, you're beautiful, you're not human, you're gorgeous, I love your videos, I love you so much, I love your videos, like a bunch of these. Okay, another assumption: you've been skinny all your life, so skipping workouts or cheating on meals wouldn't really matter. Yes, the answer to that is yes. I have been skinny all my life. I've never been like chubby or like fat, I guess, if you want to say it that way. I've always been skinny, and it's genetics. It's like from my father's side. He's the same way. He eats like crazy amount of food, never gains weight. He's always been skinny. I definitely didn't get it from my mom because my mom's opposite. My mom eats like anything and she'll right away like gain weight, and I just don't gain weight no matter what I eat. So like I'm very thankful to my father's side for that. So yes, I've been skinny all my life. However, I've never been like toned or like anything like that. So to stay toned and not to be like, because even if you're skinny, you can still be flabby and you'll still get cellulite. Like it doesn't matter if you're skinny. I've noticed that when I do go work out and I do eat healthy, like my body just looks more toned and fit, and I like that feeling, and I like the way it looks. I'm so happy when I go to the gym and eat good. It just makes me feel great. It makes me feel confident, and so I do it regardless, even though I'm naturally skinny. You come from imperial royalty. So I know this was like probably said as like a joke or whatever, but the funny thing is that my mom has this crazy assumption that I'm somehow related, like that my family, like from my mom's side from Ukraine, is like somehow related to like the Romanovs from Russia. It's basically my grandma's theory, like something to to do with my great-grandmother, and supposedly my great-grandmother had a kid with like the brother of like the Roman emperor, something I don't even know. So my grandmother has this assumption. I don't know if it's true or not. I want to do the ancestry DNA like testing or whatever to see. That would definitely be interesting to know. I don't know. She wouldn't have that theory for no reason. So, but at the same time, you know how grandparents are. But I don't know. Who knows? You like long hair? Yes, I prefer long hair myself, but I also like short hair because I did cut my hair short once, but like I prefer long hair. I just think it looks better on me. You're not religious? No, I'm not religious at all. I believe in God. I don't believe in like being religious or like you have to go to church every day or every Sunday or you have to read the Bible like in order to prove your faith and like all this stuff. No, like I just believe that there's a God or like a higher being in control of our universe, and he's the one that made the universe, the world, everything, us. And I believe that yes, like after we die we go somewhere. Like I definitely believe, I don't know if it's a heaven or a hell, but I know that we have like souls and like we go somewhere. I don't believe we just die and that's it. So that's kind of my belief on that, which I can go into detail into later. I just don't want to make this video too long. Social media fund your lifestyle, or do you have a side job? Social media does fund my lifestyle, and like I said before, I'm grateful. Like if I didn't have social media, I don't know what I would be doing. Like it's literally my job, it's literally how I make money, and I'm so thankful that I have the opportunity to do that because like I said, I got out of college, applied for jobs, and I did an internship and I didn't love it. I'm passionate about it, so I'm so grateful that I can do what I do now, which is working on social media, and I can do what I love. Another person said you never smile in pictures. That assumption is basically true. I don't smile in pictures, and the reason for that is because I just feel like I look better in pictures when I don't smile. Like I don't know, like isn't my thing. In person, I'm always happy, I'm always laughing, I'm always giggly, I'm always goofy, but like in pictures, I'm just always serious, and I don't know, I just feel like I look better in pictures when I'm serious. That's just me, my opinion, and that's why I don't post a lot of like, or any smiling pictures. You don't get enough recognition for your content. This is like one thing that I get like mad about sometimes. Sometimes like with being a blogger, you can put it like so much effort into filming a video and editing it and like making it amazing and uploading it, and then it just like barely gets any views or barely gets any comments or just barely any recognition, and I'm like, oh, I put in so much hard work and I thought it was gonna be a great video, but then it turns out it wasn't. It makes me feel a little down, and then I'm like, I just want to give up, like I don't want to do this. But at the same time, there's videos that do amazing, and I'm just like, okay, like, that's a good thing. So it just like really depends. Yes, sometimes I do think I don't get enough recognition, but I think a lot of influencers feel that way. You have had friends who were low-key jealous of you. So I don't have any friends now that I think are low-key jealous of me or anything like that, but I've definitely had friends before in the past that have proved to me that, and that have done things to like stab me in the back, just done very hurtful things, are just crazy, and that have shown me like they obviously did those things out of jealousy or like just wanting to do something bad to me. So I've had that happen to me in the past. Like when I lived in Europe, you just never really know if the people that are your friends are actually your friends. So it's like very important to listen to your mother people. Like my mom, I swear, my mom always told me who is a bad person, who I shouldn't be friends with, like right off the bat. Like she has such good instincts with that. This person that I'm talking about right now, like stabbed me in the back or whatever when I lived in Europe. Like my mom didn't like this person, and I knew my mom was right, but I just like didn't want to listen to her. So long story short, listen to your mom when it comes to like being able to trust your friend. Okay, so I think I answered most of these assumptions. There's some other ones, but they're not like really important, so I'm not going to answer them. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun filming it and kind of letting you guys know more about myself. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment down below. Other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I love you guys so much. I'm so sorry if this video is too long, but yeah, I talk a lot. Anyways, bye guys.